Welcome, Melanated Married Millionaires in the making and friends, to another impactful episode. We're about to go through and highlight a melanated married couple, or just go through some lessons that we got. Make sure y'all tap in with the conversation. Queen, where can they go to tap in?
TheeM4Show.com.
Yes, ma'am. And make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. Queen, where can they follow us on Instagram?
TheeM4Show.
Now, if y'all haven't liked and subscribed, it would make the Queen very, very happy. If you can go ahead. Very? What should they do?
You should go ahead and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're watching or listening. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
It's free and your first step to becoming a millionaire. Go ahead and click that button. And let's get into the show.
Let's do it.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making show. I'm your host, Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. And as usual, I have the beautiful, the smiling, the locked in queen herself. If you didn't know, please introduce yourself.
What is up, everybody? My name is Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. And yes, I am about 4 days into my lock journey.
4 days. Hey, strong start, Queen. It's a strong start. What influenced you to start this lock journey?
Honestly, for me, it was, seeing you and your lock journey obviously was a very...
Because my lock journey has been so gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
Thank you.
But I think for me, I've always been like trying to just find like the hairstyle for me. And I had it longer before. My hair was permed all the way up until like senior year of high school, and then stopped doing that. Wanted to see what my natural hair was like. And so had it grown out, and then I cut it off because I was like, this is too much work. And then I've just been in this limbo space for a while. And so for me, it's kind of about convenience. I want a style that I can wear, that I guess versatile for me to be able to do different things, but something where I don't have to do something to it every day. I'm just not a person that likes to spend a whole lot of time on like personal beauty care.
Because you have that natural beauty.
Thank you.
Of course.
But yeah, I just want something that is going to look nice, that's going to maintain well, but also is not going to require me to do a whole lot of work on a daily basis. So I'm excited for the spiritual aspect of the journey as well. But yeah, that's really what I think. Honestly, like one of the main things is like I want a style that I can have fun with, but not have to do something every day to it.
Respect that.
Yeah.
And what I like about locks is it's for me as a melanated king, it is the natural form that my hair wants to do. Right. So if I was going to let my hair do its thing, and I'm not doing freeform locks because I'm still trying to be, professional, a little bit manicured. But if I'm letting my hair do its natural thing, what it wants to do, it's going to lock. And for me, it's kind of like one step closer to self-acceptance in a way, and like just really falling into self-love and being able to love myself, how I look, how my hair looks naturally. So yeah, it's been a beautiful journey. It's been a year and 6 months for me.
Congrats,
You're 4 days in. I look forward to your year anniversary for the locks. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be great. But today, why we talked about locks, starting off, because we're going into self-mastery and knowing yourself, right? And you're trying to build a business. You're trying to have a successful, beautiful marriage. You need to know who you are, right? Who are you naturally? Who are you under pressure? Who are you when everything's good? How do you adapt within situations? Not only for how you engage with yourself, but how do you engage with your partner, your employees, or your peers within your business, within your entrepreneurship journey? How are you mastering yourself so that you can master your destiny? That's what we're about to talk about today. All right, Queen.
Yes.
We've been promoting small businesses all month. August is Black Business Awareness Month, so we're not going to stop. We are going to also highlight Anomaly, which is a fashion, right? Shout out to Josh. Shout out to the founder of Anomaly, SCF _ on Instagram. You can also go to their website, anomaliescf.com, to get yourself some swag. Sinclair, you got better eyes than me. Can you read that for us?
We are a lifestyle and clothing brand with the main goal of inspiring creativity and individuality amongst Black and Brown youth. We do this through including clothing, podcasts, and art.
Tap in with Anomaly, get your fashion. And the founder of Anomaly, Jai Citizen, what he said was when he was growing up, he felt like he was different. He saw like I'm different. I love my difference. I'm not trying to fit in. I'm the anomaly. I'm something that's different from everyone else in a beautiful way. And that's what I think we're representing in our lock journey in this podcast, is really leaning into who you are and understanding that you are the anomaly. So if you're interested in supporting, if you're interested in just tapping into your own anomaly identity, go to anomaliescf.com. Use the code the M4 show and you get 25% off.
Come on,
Jai showing a lot of love right now. All right, so go to anomaliescf.com, put in the code the M4 show, get 25% off your purchase today.
Also, Jai was on our podcast before.
Jai was on the podcast.
I don't remember the podcast episode name, but definitely go through, find his episode. That was a good one.
It was.
So definitely tap in. He talked more about what influenced him to start it, what it's about, and the goal for the future of Anomaly. So go tap in.
Oh yeah. Now, for today's episode 127, we have another anomaly. We have a grinder on here. Apparently, she was up at 5 a.m. I think I'll be working, right? I think I'll be doing my thing, getting up at 5:30. I'll be at the gym by 6:30. She was like, yeah, I'm at the gym at 5, bro. Step up your game. What you doing? You sleep? Right. So shout out to Coach Ash, who has definitely been a great addition to the network, to the family. And she's going to come by and drop some nuggets on self-mastery, learning who you are as a person, but also how you can engage and manage your team. Queen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Over 50% of Black Americans are unmarried, and only 2% of Black families in America have a net worth over $1 million.
We are on our journey to not only join that 2%, but grow that 2%.
Facts. I'm Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Sinclair, aka the health nerd.
And welcome to the M4 show. All right, let's get into it. Coach Ash in the building. What's popping?
What's happening? Everything.
I love that response every time, I promise you. How's Inglewood treating you over there?
Yeah, so I moved up to the Bay back in April. Moved back to the Bay, moved in with my fiance in April. And so I've been back and forth from here to LA probably about once a month or so.
Nice.
So you know. Yeah. Pleasant Hill, like right by Concord.
Oh yeah, and you closer to T now up there. Pleasant Hill, I feel like he's over there.
Yeah, he's in Walnut Creek, so I'm literally less than 5 minutes away. So yeah, you can only imagine.
I'm sure you'll
the accountability and interactions on the daily.
I'm sure. Oh man. And shout out, I don't know if we've said it like on screen to your face. I feel like when I said congratulations, it was over the phone, but congratulations on the engagement.
Thank you.
See the love.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard the story before on your and Ant's podcast, but if you don't mind giving the story of like maybe like a first date or when you knew your partner was the one, like how did that feel? How did that look, that first date?
Yeah, so it really came back to the DISC assessment for me, right? And I know we're talking about self-mastery and, just knowing yourself. And so when I took the assessment in 2018, I was able to identify and kind of put words to like, okay, these are my strengths and these are my blind spots, or this is why I continue to get these results that I'm getting in this specific area. And so what I was able to identify is that, okay, this is where I am, and I'm looking for someone that's going to be strong in these areas or strong in that kind of support way. And so, we dated back in college, which was, about 10, 12 years ago, and went our separate ways. But I still, like, I already knew, back then, that this person was, the person that I'm gonna be with, and is gonna be my partner. And so I was just, I grew up, I matured a bit, and I was like, yo, it's time to stop playing, and
Yeah.
just made it happen.
Love it. Love it. And I feel like knowing the type of conversations that you're a part of on the Breed University accountability call with T, what type of long term visionary type conversations did y'all have before you actually popped that question?
Yeah, everything. Like I definitely, just in the early stages before I even kind of made the decision, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna pursue, and like this
Yeah.
is what this is gonna look like. I was still like filling it out, seeing, where her mindset was, seeing where her mentality was. And, off top, without her even taking the assessment, I can tell just by the language that she was using that, okay, this is what I'm looking for. When I'm looking to have a partner.
Hmm. Love it. Love it. Queen, how did the disc assessment help us out in your opinion?
I feel like, I mean, it did confirm, I think, a lot of what we probably already knew, but I think it helped put into, like, it helped, I think, explain, I guess, like, our, characteristics, but also, like, our
Mm,
motives, like, why we are the way we are, right?
yeah.
And I think that that helped for us, right, in those moments where you may have a disagreement or have a little tiff or whatever. I feel like you always revert back to kind of what's natural for you. So I think it has now made sense, and I think it has allowed us give each other a little bit more grace in those moments of
Mhm.
like, I know he
Yeah.
doesn't mean any harm by this. This is how he operates, right? This is him in his natural state, right? He's a dreamer. He's
Yeah.
expressive. He's just all these things. And I think it just helps now. I feel it helps us understand more about each other, but also about like ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's definitely just put a different perspective on like if you do something and I'm just like, why on earth did he why did you do that? And I'm just like, okay, that's just how he is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I know same over here, like, so if this is your first time tuning in, like Devon's the dreamer, he's the high I, which I'm
Hmm.
sure we'll get into what that means later on, but he's very like out there, very expressive, very inspirational, very
Thank you.
just dreaming, right? That's all him. And then I'm the high C over here, which is like kind of the cautious,
Yeah.
more calculated,
Hmm.
analytical.
Hmm.
But I have to
Organized.
organize, right? I
Yeah.
have to be careful not to just put negative stuff on, mine's gift too.
Yeah. Intentional.
Intentional, yes.
Mm,
But right, one of the ways where we clash and that we realize is that like when after we have a vision and when it comes to executing, I typically want to do a whole bunch of research and have plan A through Z mapped out. And
Yep.
he's just like, we just gotta do it. And so where we typically will find like a happy medium on like, okay, let's at least make sure we have like the first 3 steps outlined, and then
Hmm.
let's just act. Let's just do it. And so I think that helps us in business aspects for sure.
mhm.
Know like where we need to start and how we're going to approach things.
100%.
Yeah,
All
that's
right. So
good.
you mentioned like in our talks or in getting you to come on the podcast, the concept of self mastery, which seems very, very daunting to me, to be honest with you. Like self mastery.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what that concept means to you or to the winning coaching team? What is self mastery?
Yeah, absolutely. So, really being able to understand that you're working every day to become a better version of yourself in whatever situation that is. And so, being able to do reflection, being able to identify if your habits and your actions are in alignment with being able to accomplish your goals. So, really spending that time, self-assessing. A lot of times, we kind of just go through life and allow things to happen, or we have goals and dreams and we do those things and we go after those things, but sometimes we don't spend enough time kind of reflecting on where we are, why we're in that space, and how we can pivot and make those adjustments to get us closer to where we're looking to be.
Yeah, you and T have similar languages and frequencies. I promise you. I
Yeah, yeah.
promise you.
Your environment.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I
Some of the
love
5
it.
people around you, right?
Right, I love it. Because we were on a call this morning with T.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa was on that call. There, a
Yeah.
whole bunch of kings. It was really good energy in there. But something that I think is interesting, and I think me and you have this in common, Ash.
Yeah.
You got a lot of talents. You got a lot of dreams. I do want to kind of let folks know like the different aspects of your universe,
Mm-hmm.
right? As Coach
Mm-hmm.
asked, the different arms and tentacles. But how do you become a master? How do you practice self mastery? And this is a good nugget for me. You know, talk to me now. How do you
Mm-hmm.
practice self mastery with having so many projects at the same time?
Yeah. And so what what I was actually I'm going through this kind of refining process myself, right? Because a
Mm,
lot of times we've been told like, okay, you need multiple streams of income to be able to be a millionaire, be able to be successful, which is true, but they can still come from, that main tree trunk or that mainstream. It doesn't have to be 7 different companies or 7 different business and
mm,
7 different industries. And so what I've been doing more recently is kind of identifying with what I've been doing, is this going to allow me to get me closer to the goal of achieving
mm,
personal freedom and financial freedom? And if it's not, okay, I need to take a pause on this. Maybe I need to take a break. Just because I've been doing it for the past 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, doesn't mean that right now in this season it's beneficial to me and the goals that I'm looking to achieve.
yeah.
And so I've just had to kind of take a step back and come with a less is more mindset to really start to zone in and focus in on, this is what I'm doing. As far as even with winning coaching, I went full time into the business back in March of this year. And so within that, there's so many things that I want to do, but I still have, other areas and other things that I'm doing. So I had to shrink some of those responsibilities so that I can focus my time and energy on, 1 to 3 things versus 1 to 6.
Yeah, that's really good. Literally, that's what I have this amazing queen for right here. I think she's
Hmm.
been a great partner in refining
Yeah.
what we focus on. I'll be like, Sinclair, let's do this. She's like, all right, come on, Devon.
Come here,
Come here,
Yeah.
come
come here,
here.
come here. Let me talk to you.
Let me
Let me
talk
holler at you real quick.
so what has been your thought process, or when you're coaching other people, what are maybe like the steps that you have them go through to help refine what the focus is?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great question. And so, identifying what the goal is and then what the actions that you're doing, whether it's on a daily basis or a weekly basis, are those actions leading you to those, top 1 to 3 goals? Also, to what we do, I have an accountability group with a couple people from BU. And so what we do is that we share our top 3 to 5 goals for the day in this group, and they tend to need to be specific to, business or personal. If you're operating out of the 5 pillars, or whatever your core values are or your goals, are you doing those actions on a daily basis that are going to help move the needle when it comes to accomplishing those dreams and goals?
Mm,
So yeah, writing it out and getting clear.
yeah. For me, it's the whiteboard.
Yeah.
I go to
Hmm.
the daily.
Religious with that.
Got to.
I've started doing mine too. You've inspired me. I've gotten away from the sticky notes. One, I ran out. Full transparency. I ran out of sticky notes, but
Yeah,
rather than
that
buy
will help.
more,
Yeah, yeah,
rather than buy more, I was like, let me go to the whiteboard so I don't have to keep wasting trees.
There you go. Save the planet, Sinclair.
I got Mr. Walker in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can we talk about the 6 ways to access your management team's effectiveness?
Ooh.
yeah.
And I mean, we can talk about this in the aspect of like business teams, but I think it's also applicable to like marriage. So
Hmm.
we can, whichever lens you want to take it, but I'd love to learn more about what those 6 ways are.
Yeah.
Well,
Starting with let's start with vision, just to be
Mhm.
be a little bit more fun, because AK, that's where I want to start, and that's
Mhm.
where I have the most fun in the
Mhm.
vision stage. The analysis part is all you. But let's start with the vision.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I think I got a lot of the information that I have from listening to ET and listening to, other people who are successful in their marriage, in their personal development, in their business life. And one of the things that he often said, whether it comes to being in the relationship and having your partner buy in, or even being in a business relationship and having, the business partner buy in, is that you have to be clear. It has to be a conversation. Like, you have to be clear when you're explaining this is what you're looking to do, and you also have to be able to provide some information, especially depending on their behavior, right?
Mm.
I know that whenever I'm talking to Leslie and I'm like, hey, this is what I want to do, I need to provide some detail with, how I'm going to get it done, what it looks like, how long it's going to take, how much it's going to cost. Like, I need to give her as much information as I can in order to kind of have this go smoothly and successfully.
Yep.
When it comes to just her behavior style and her preference, like me just saying like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do, it's not enough. It's like, okay, she believes in it, she's down for it, but she needs to know a little bit more. And so being able to have people buy into the vision is one of the big things.
Oh yeah, crucial. And if you're just tuning in, we got Coach Ash here from the Winning Coaching. You can check her out at winning-one.com. We're going over the 6 ways that you can make sure your management team is being effective. Number 1 is vision, 2 values, 3 attitude and placement, 4 alignment, 5 execution, and 6 analysis. All right, we're gonna get back to the episode in a second, but breathe. If you've ever had a brilliant idea, I'm pretty sure everybody just took a breath right there, right? Because we all have amazing ideas. But I got a question for you. What's stopping you from taking that idea and actually making it into a business, actually executing on your brilliance? My name is Devon Truvel, and in 2018, I was able to create, market, and sell my own product while still working a 9 to 5. And through the years, I've taken the lessons we've learned, the expensive webinars that I've gone to, and the dozens of business books that I've read, and I've discovered 7 simple steps to launch your business. If you're ready to take your business idea to the next level and make it real and start making profit from your passion, head to www.launchitcommunity.com and grab yourself the book. We've been able to make it very simple, affordable, and easier than ever to start that business while still working your 9 to 5. And we take entrepreneurs every single Friday and we talk to them. We teach them about how to use social media. We teach them about how to set up their Instagram account, how to use Shopify, how to use Printful, and other tools that can help you take your business to the next level, but not take tons of time away from your 9 to 5 and your busy life that you already have. So if you're ready to take that idea to the next level, make sure you head to www.launchitcommunity.com, get yourself a book, and join our free accountability calls. Now, let's get back to the episode. So heading into number 2, Coach Ash, values. What does that mean? What does that look like within the coaching frame?
Yeah. So, a lot of us, we have different perspectives. We grew up, from different backgrounds. And so being able to identify what those commonalities are, or what's important to you as a culture, as a team, as a partnership, what are some of the things that you value, and being able to honor that and appreciate that and go back to those core values, to make sure that you're making decisions that are in alignment with those values.
Yeah. And kind of random, but also online, because I asked this to a lot of people that come on the podcast. Do you believe that every family should have a business? Why you laughing, Queen? What was going on here?
I mean, you're gonna insert it at some point.
Yeah, I was like, and I have a place that I'm going, but for you as a
Yeah.
business coach, and
Yeah.
also, yeah, oh, your answer is yeah.
Yeah, 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 not for sure. Just when I think about entrepreneurship and the way that the tax code is set up and just how things are systematically created for people, for certain people to benefit. And so in order for you to be able to gain some of those benefits, especially when you're looking to work towards that personal freedom, that financial freedom, like you have to play the game in a sense. And so I think having a business, owning a business, it's a part of playing the game. Not only that, you get to, write off your family vacations and business trips. Like there's so many added benefits to being able to do that. So yes, definitely.
This is why you are an esteemed guest of the M4 show. Very, very intellectual person right here. Sinclair, do you hear this? Come on now. I 100% agree. The Queen and some other people have disagreed with me, but I think 100% every family should have a. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Which really want to clarify because he says I disagree. I previously disagreed with you, but if you remember, I corrected my stance.
Oh, you're on the squad now.
Let me explain. let me explain. It's not black and white. So I do believe that I don't know that every family needs a like restaurant or a like an entrepreneurial business necessarily, but I do believe that even if you're not going to, as a family or as a couple, kind of start that business, your household should be run as a business, meaning that there should be income coming in. You should be tracking that somehow, and you have expenses as a household. And then I think the most important part of it is how are you making sure that whatever income is coming in, whatever value this household is, how do you streamline how that is passed down to future generations?
Yeah.
I feel like that is kind of a business mindset that every household should have. And so whether, again, you're starting an actual entrepreneurial venture or not, I think it's important to run your household as a business. So that's why I'm kind of like, yes and no.
I feel you. And the connection that I was going to make is looking at these 6 ways of effective management. Like, I think you should have a vision for your family, for your household, right? Me and you as a partner, you and your partner, we should be like, all right, this is where we're going in the next 10, 20 years. We're going to do real estate. We want to have this many kids. We want to live in the Bay. We want to live in SoCal, whatever it is. What's the vision? Your family should have values. Right? We value our health. We value traveling around the world, everywhere that's on that map behind Ash. We value good food. Like, what are your values as a family? And then as you build that out, I think easily that structure that you built out for your family can transition into what your family brand now is. Right. So I think it's a direct correlation, in my opinion, as a entrepreneur enthusiast. You about to say something, Coach Ash?
No, I agree. With both of you guys 100%. So yeah, absolutely.
Got you. So the third way you have on here is attitude and placement, which I didn't understand the placement one. So you don't mind breaking that down for us?
Yeah. So when we're looking to identify, who we have on our team, identifying their strengths, and then making sure that they're in the right seat for what it is that they're doing. Right. Sometimes we have people who aren't necessarily in the right role in their job and what it is that they do, and it's like they're writing with their left hand all day, right? It's not comfortable, it's not natural. They're not able to naturally excel because they're in the wrong seat or in the wrong role or in the wrong position. And so being able to identify what it looks like to have people operate in their strengths in their specific role.
Yeah, that's huge, because we just had it's been a while, but we had the Queen join the Play Black Wall Street team officially this year. Dope. And knowing her as a high C, organization, structure is something that she brings, which is something that Play Black Wall Street needed vitally, because your boy over here, Ash.
Yeah.
That's not my forte, right?
And that's a good thing that you need it, right? Because a lot of times people will make the same mistakes or kind of go through the same challenges, not even really aware of like, oh, this is why I'm experiencing this. And this is someone that I can bring onto the team that's going to help support that blind spot and, not allow me to have as many breakdowns and challenges that I'm experiencing in that area.
Yeah. And how would you in your coaching, how do you help people, whether it's a company or it's an individual, identify what those blind spots are? Because I think some people, like, they're running their business and they do see
Mhm.
some success and some growth, so they think, oh, I'm good, like I'm growing, I'm making money, I'm good. But they don't see that, oh, but if you did just one thing, you can be doubling, you could be 10xing. So how do you help people define, like, oh, this is where I'm missing some value?
Yeah, one of the ways is definitely the assessment, right? It's going to show you your strength areas, but also to areas and experiences that, you may be having challenges. This may be a gap for you. And by leveraging the report and the information that they're telling me, I'm kind of able to identify and read between the lines or bring out, sometimes what people already know that they're having those challenges with. So
Mm,
in addition to the assessment, a lot of the clients tell me, in the pre-question survey, these are the things that I'm struggling with, or these are the things that are limiting me from getting, to that next level. And so we go through a process of identifying how to overcome that and how to, be and become the person that they need to be to accomplish those goals.
mm. How to be and become Sinclair.
Be and become.
Yeah. Shout out to, I think if I mispronounced this name, my apologies, but De Camille is on here. She's apparently a fan.
Doctor.
Oh, that was a doctor. I can't
Oh,
Hey,
see.
Dr.
wow.
I
C.
can't see.
Dr. C,
You got
what's
the
going
glasses
on?
on
I got the
too.
glasses on. I saw the Camille part. Dr. C. All right, welcome. A lot of love she got for you, Ash, over here. Now the
Love it.
next one in the six ways is number 4, which is alignment. Talk to us about alignment within the marriage or within the company.
Yeah, we spoke to it a little bit before when we were talking about actions and habits and the things that we're doing on a daily basis, routines. You just really want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to be in alignment with the results that you're looking to accomplish.
Mm,
So if you're focused on your health and you're looking to whether it's lose, gain, whatever the case may be, if you're putting yourself in a situation where you're never prepared when it comes to what you're going to eat, you now are in a vulnerable situation where you may choose things that aren't in alignment with where you're looking to go.
mm.
And so, that's what the alignment piece looks like, being able to put the your actions and your daily tasks or your routine in alignment towards those goals.
That's really good. We talk about self-sabotage
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
And to your point, I think putting yourself in the situations where you are leaving a decision up to your emotions is where you get in
Mhm.
trouble, right? The like, okay, what do I want to eat? But now you're hungry and
Yes.
grumpy and hangry. And so you're just going to go for whatever sounds good rather than like meal planning or meal prepping, where it's like, okay, maybe doing it in a not hungry state, right?
Yeah.
You decide, like, okay, I'm going to eat some chicken and some broccoli and then just prep it so you don't even have to think about it.
You know,
But
Yeah.
that's like the same thing with your business, right? Rather than waking up each day and being like, "Wow, what am I gonna decide to do today?" The answer could be nothing. When in actuality, you should
Yeah.
probably come up with your to-do list like the day before, the week before, so you already woke up
Exactly.
knowing what you have to do, and then you can execute. Great segue into the next value, which is
yeah,
execution.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, being intentional about not just planning what it is that you're going to do, not just saying what it is that you're going to do, but literally putting that action on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, towards moving towards accomplishing those goals. And so, you want to be on a team or you want to be in a relationship where people do what they say that they're going to do. Like
Mm,
it sounds so simple, but it's so big when you have people saying that they're going to do something and they don't do it, and now it's like, do I believe what you said that do I believe you or do I not, like, I don't
Mhm.
yeah,
know. So
that's huge.
yeah,
Even
execution is big.
yeah, and also even believe in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes, like, you say, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym at 5 a.m. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that, Ash, because I won't follow
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna wake up at 5, and then you don't do it. After a while, you stop believing in yourself, right? I think
Hmm.
that's where you get into some real trouble when you don't believe the own goals or things that you set out for yourself.
Yeah, and even how, number 5, execution, plays on the alignment. Like, is your environment aligned with you being able to execute at a high level, right? If you're looking to go to the gym at a certain time early in the morning, like, what are you doing the night before that's going to allow you and set you up to be able to execute?
Yep. And if you're watching live, listening live, feel free to drop any comments into the chat or questions for Coach Ash or ourselves into the chats that we can get it going. We got number 6 in the 6 ways to effectively manage your team. And the last one is analysis. My
Your
favorite.
favorite. Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Even the way he said it, analysis.
Yeah,
Analysis.
absolutely. So you have to be able to measure, within your business, within your relationship, you have to be able to measure where it is that you are and, where you're looking to go. So having, whether it's quarterly meetings, whether it's monthly meetings, whether it's a weekly reflection, being able to measure the things that are of value to you and essentially congruent to you accomplishing these goals, having a track record of that. How many people are you looking to reach out to? How many people did you reach out to? What's going to help you close the gap if you didn't accomplish or achieve that goal? But you'll never know what it is if you don't take that time to analyze what you've been doing and the results that you currently have and what that gap is.
Yeah. I feel like someone said you can't hit a target that you're not aiming at.
Mm, yeah.
All right. So you have to write down that goal. That way you can figure out did you hit it or not. But unless you write it down, unless you're really being intentional about setting that goal, you're just gonna keep shooting.
But also, I think the added thing I think with the analysis is you need to make the goal something you can measure. So I
Yeah.
think like
Hmm.
sometimes we say goals and it's like that sounds good, but I'm going to increase my happiness, right? Or something like that's a random one, but like that would be hard to measure, right? That would be like I don't know what a unit of happiness is, right?
Smiles.
So I don't know. Smiles, is it hugs, is it laughter? I don't
Mm.
know. But that can be something very hard to measure. So I think it's important also when you're coming up with your goals to make them
Yeah.
very tangible, measurable goals, right? That you can actually execute on. I think that's where like SMART goals comes in, right?
Hmm.
Where it's something that you can track each week, each month, something that you can put numbers to say, I'm getting closer to my goal. I think that's also important.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And what type of, and I don't know if there is a specific type of company that you're used to coaching that you enjoy coaching the most, but if people go to the winning-.com, the winning1-.com, what type of clients are you typically working with?
Yeah, so our niche is mainly in the cannabis space. I've been in the industry 9 years this year. And so one of the things that I was able to identify as far as one of the gaps is the professional development when it comes to developing management teams and working with executives. Like there's a huge gap within that. And so that's our typical our niche. We work with business owners to help them develop their management teams. But as far as the individual aspect or individual coaching, it's really anyone who is looking to go to the next level. Like you're not happy with where you are and you want to do something different. You want to invest in yourself to be able to get you to that next level. Typically, it's supervisors, managers, or executives.
There it is. So if you are a supervisor, manager, executive person wanting to go to the next level, or you are owner operator of a cannabis industry company, go to www.winning-1.com and get coaching. Invest in your life, y'all. Come on, take your life to the next level. Stop playing. So we gonna give you a little bit of a break. We've been throwing questions at you left and right. You've been doing your thing. We appreciate you. We're going to enter into our Ask Declare segment where you can ask myself or Sinclair or both of us about health, wealth, or our love journey, Coach Ash.
Yeah, I want to know what's your biggest challenge, if any, in working with business with your partner.
Oh, Sinclair. Sinclair. I know what she's about to say, but go ahead.
What do you think I'm about to say?
Go. I think you're about to say that I work too much and the balance between the business and the relationship can get very blurred, and it'll be 9 p.m. and he'll be like, Sinclair, what do you think about this idea?
I love hearing his imitations of me. I'm like, that's how I sound, huh? That's how you hear my voice. So that is definitely a challenge. Especially I think it is ideal to have in a business team or partnership to have diversity of personalities, diversity of backgrounds, like all of that, I think is very important. So when we talked about earlier the differences in our personalities, that definitely forms, I think, a stronger team. But of course, any differences also are gonna. It's a double-edged sword. The differences also do kind of have us, butt heads a little bit about like work-life balance is hard, especially when you work from home with your partner and you're married. Like that's a very hard.
All day, Ash.
Yeah.
It's just like there's no clocking in, there's no clocking out. It's pretty much just all the time, right? And so we tried to implement work hours at some point. That didn't last too long. Um
Are there like certain areas where it's like, okay, this is a non-working zone? No.
No, not even that, because my office is in there. So sometimes he'll come in there to bother me. I'm gonna ask me, not bother me. I'm sorry, not bother. Consult.
Ash. He'll come over here and bother me.
Consult. He'll come and consult me, in my office. And that's the bedroom where we sleep in, and then he's out here in his office. So there really is no safe space, unfortunately. And sometimes when we're trying to switch up the vibe, we'll go downstairs to the kitchen table and work there. So unfortunately, there really isn't like a place. We don't necessarily have that set up to where we can say like no business here. And then even when it comes to the time, I feel like we haven't been as strict on ourselves about like office hours. Before, it used to be like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I feel like for the most part, we're pretty good about like we work until dinner, and then after dinner, we're done for the most part. Unless there's just something, a deadline, we gotta just grind it out and get it done. Or typically sometimes if he's got something that he wants to get done, he's very strict on himself about getting his to-do list done. So he's like, if that means I gotta pull out the computer at 10 p.m. and get it done, he's gonna get it done. I respect it. But yes, after that's also why I've been so adamant about my vacations. I'm like, okay, every 3 to 4 months, let's just have some time where we unplug, since we are just on all the time. But unfortunately, this year has been just kind of a grind year. So there hasn't been a lot of unplugging or vacationing or anything like that. So, we putting in the time now. So hopefully we can enjoy the fruits of our labor later on. But long story short, that is a struggle, especially with our difference in personalities there. I need downtime. I need a break. And last thing I'll add onto that is I've had to come to the realization and be accepting of the fact that it's okay for me to take a break. It's a difference in our personality. So it is okay for me to take a break and not be working and have him work. Before, that used to bother me. It used to be like, I'm letting him down. He's carrying the team on his back, like type of situation. But I also need to keep in mind that, like, in order for me to be my best self for our business, I need that downtime. Otherwise, I'm going to run myself ragged, right? He can just go, and he's fine for the most part. But I need that downtime in order to wake up and be able to give my 100% each day. So I've had to like really just accept that and not let it get to me as it used to. And so that's been something that I've been working on more with myself. I'm working on him too, his balance, but I'm focusing on myself for the most part.
As you should, Queen. As you should. And Coach Ash, I will do a better job not to bother her.
You got him in his eye feelings now.
In his working environment.
That's what he took out of that.
I just had to make sure that I'm respecting your boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
When we working, that's fine.
But the theme of the year, Coach Ash, is Free the King. That's the theme of the year. Last year, the theme was Free the Queen, which we successfully did. Nice. So by the end of this year, we are hoping to free me so that we can both be full-time entrepreneurs. So yeah, in the grind. And I'll say real shortly, that is a struggle for me as well, is the work husband business balance,
Hmm.
because I see the results that happen when I grind. I see the lifestyle that we were able to live and that we're going to be able to live in the future, and I see that fruit. And my fear, my worry is that if I slow down, our lifestyle now slows down. If I slow down, now we can't do these extra things. So it's a balance of enjoying the moments and, going on the vacations and relaxing and resting, but then in the back of my head, the you need to be able to work and grind to achieve where you want
Sacrifice.
to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely, working on it consciously, but it's a process.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you. You gave me some good insight for
Oh
sure.
yeah. So which side of the coin are you on? Is that a struggle that you also have, or are you good on the balance?
Nah, I think I'm good on the balance. I the what I'm kind of like forward thinking is that Leslie is going to most likely transition into her business full time this
Yeah,
upcoming year. And
Nice.
so,
congrats.
just yeah, nah, thank you. So just, looking to get some insight and perspective ahead of time to help navigate that situation when it does happen, so that, we don't necessarily experience those challenges.
Yeah.
So,
And I think it's going to be a slightly different situation, because what it sounds like is she has her own business venture and then you have your own business venture. So y'all be grinding independently and then come together for your own time.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, she does have her own thing as far as the volleyball club that she's starting up, but I'm very well, kind of ingrained in supporting her and doing admin stuff and things like that. So a little bit yes and no.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
Well, I will advocate for, and I know this isn't for everybody, but for me, I feel like we spend way more time together now, which I do appreciate. I'm able to see Sinclair in a lot of different, I think, wearing a lot of different hats and perspectives. Like, I see her as a wife, but I'm also seeing her as
Mhm,
the director of logistics and operations and how she operates in that. I see her
mhm,
making sure we secure these invoices and checks and stuff. So it's like you get to see those different identities.
mhm.
But then we also get to travel together for business. Like, we're going to
Yeah.
Atlanta, been to Chicago. We get to go to North
Mhm.
Carolina, all through the business, and really travel with the brand. So not sure if
Yeah.
y'all gonna have that opportunity, but it's for me, it's pretty
Yeah.
fun 'cause it's kind of a vacation, but we're also grinding and building at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the goal. That's the goal. Be able to write off those date nights at Steak
Exact
48.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Look,
Hey, that's a
Right.
literally,
fact.
literally,
I'm just saying.
literally.
I know the play. I'm running it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
So
it
yeah,
depends on the trip, how much of it is working versus play.
Mhm.
It varies. Like Tulsa that was a grinding trip. That
Twas.
was not a vacation. But Chicago,
hmm
when we went, that was nice.
Yeah.
We literally got to spend a full like day and a half just exploring. Where I mean, I think I don't even remember if we recorded a podcast, but it was really nice to explore. So that one felt a little bit more vacation-y
Mhm.
than
yeah,
some of the others. But yeah,
that's
Nice,
good.
nice. So I want to get back to another one of your projects, right? So winning coaching is one lane, one pathway, one tentacle of the universe of Coach Ash.
Yeah,
Another one is the Green Light Project. Is that one still something that you're able to talk about and you're diving
yeah,
energy into? Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, Green Line Project. We started it back in I think it was 2018, maybe. uh Around that time, and it's about cannabis education and events. And so we kind of transition off the events part just a little bit, just because of COVID everything. We still do some online cooking demos with that, but looking to be able to really provide that education when it comes to cannabis and helping remove that negative stigma. And
Mhm,
so we wrote a cannabis infused cookbook called Smoke from the Pot. It teaches you how to make infused can of butter, can of oil, and can of shortening. And it has 40 recipes included in it.
mhm.
And so now we're in the process of turning the book into an e-course. And so that's one of the things that we've been working on with Greenlight Project more recently.
Yeah, and if folks don't know, right? So in California and a lot of other states, marijuana is now legal within a lot of states. But for years, Black and brown bodies were being locked up at crazy numbers for having this stuff.
Even still.
Still.
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that now we're able to have, you know, folks like yourself educating people on how to legally be in this business, a business that we've kind of our cultures have been in informally for years. And now we're able to legitimize this. We're able to build brands off of it. We're able to build wealth off of this product, this culture. Can you talk about just that importance of shifting the negativity to this is a legitimate business structure now?
Yeah, there's so much opportunity that comes with it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love the industry so much. In addition to, you know, being in it for 9 years, is that you literally can create, you know, whatever it is that you want to create. And there's like the sky is the limit.
Mm,
There are some limitations when it comes to, you know, the legalities and the regulations because it's still federally illegal. So, you know, there's some challenges and gray areas that, you know, we have to navigate when it comes to that, but there's a lot of opportunity for people that look like us to be able to, you know, get into this industry and create generational wealth.
love it. Do you mind giving folks a few examples of opportunities that they might not have thought about within the cannabis industry that you've been just exposed to within your circles, whether it's manufacturing certain things, whether it's, you know, hosting type of events? Like, what are some opportunities that people
Mhm.
just maybe aren't aware of?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say from the event standpoint, like creating a bed and breakfast, you know,
Mhm.
a food truck is an idea that we have. Throwing events where it's like eat, puff, and paint. We've done some of those
Mm,
before. A lot of people go the dispensary route. I feel like, you know, it's that shiny object, but there's also distribution, delivery service, so many different things. Like whatever it is that you want to create, podcasts, media, entertainment, health. If you want to create product, there's CBD products in Safeway, Whole Foods,
hmm.
7-Eleven, like they're everywhere now. So there's a lot of opportunity when it comes to being able to get into the industry.
Love it. Love it. Queen, any follow-up questions on the Green Light Project as a fellow chef yourself?
No, it sounds really, really dope. But no, I can't think of any follow-up questions.
Gotcha. Well, what has been your favorite either dish or meal that maybe you've cooked or seen cooked with the Green Light Project?
There are a couple. There are a couple in the book. We highlight with a cannabis pot, like some of the fan favorites. Right, we have the ganja guacamole. As far as
Gotcha.
like a
Nice.
appetizer,
Mhm.
the buffalo wings are really popular. Medicated mac and cheese.
Mm.
One of my favorites is gonna be the peach cobbler. I'm a you know, I like the desserts when I have them, and so the peach cobbler is definitely one of the favorites.
Oh, there it is. So if y'all watching, go ahead and tap in. Let's pull up your website one more time in case they missed it. It is www.winning-one.com. Tap into the wisdom and make sure you are taking your life to the next level with the coaching team right there. We're gonna go into some brief updates, but then we're gonna bring it right back to you, Coach Ash, to kind of wrap us up with any just strong nuggets or wisdom that you have for folks, for their marriage, for their partnership, or just for their business. We're gonna leave it off to you to end it however you may please.
Sounds good.
Cool. Queen, updates for the week. Can you please tell the people what's popping? I know what you're gonna say. Devon, I gave him updates yesterday, but you know, just anything else that you didn't tell him yesterday, feel free to tell him today.
Nothing else. I'm gonna double down on what I said yesterday, which is please go and support our Fund Black Founders campaign that is going to be launching on Tuesday. And this is for the Rose and Rodney animated series, The Black History Adventures of Rose and Rodney. It is currently a children's book, and we are campaigning to make it an animated series. So you can go to www.fundblackfounders.com /Play Black Wall Street. So yeah, this has been a really exciting project, and we've got a lot of good feedback from it. So we're really excited to be able to create a whole season 1, and if we reach our stretch goal, season 2. And we got Sinclair from Living Single, Kim Coles. She's going to be a part of the project too. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting, and we just need your help to make it real. So again, fundblackfounders.com / or is that /?
Great question. We're gonna say
/ Play Black Wall Street. If one doesn't work, try the other.
Yes, and the fund goes live officially on Tuesday. So if you're going to it, today, you're not gonna be able to get to it, but on Tuesday it will be live. So you can definitely make sure you follow us on Instagram, Play Black Wall Street on Instagram, or head to our website, www.playblackwallstreet.com, just to stay tapped in. And on Tuesday, when it goes live, we ask you to share it with everybody. Share it with your mom, your cousins, your mail worker, your Amazon driver, the person that you buy Jordans from, all that. that one person that you buy Jordans from. Play. Yeah, for some reason they got all the sizes. Make sure you go to them and share it with them as well. And I'm going to double down on Play Black Wall Street as well, trying to follow the lead of Coach Ash and kind of really refine where our energy goes, right? I think Play Black Wall Street is where we're seeing a lot of energy, a lot of success, and a lot of impact. So want to continue to promote Play Black Wall Street to get your game, Black Wall Street, the board game today, a family fun game built on the history and legacy of Tulsa's Black Wall Street, where you get to learn and your kids get to learn, your families get to learn the history of Tulsa's Black Wall Street, but also the importance of ownership, money management, and building your own legacy. So if you don't have your game, make sure you head to playblackwallstreet.com and get yourself a game today. Now, finishing us off with some nuggets, with some wisdom, Coach Ash, if you don't mind, please closing us out with some wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely. So your next win is around the corner. Your next win is around the corner. Use the momentum to lead you to success. And like it doesn't have to be super deep. Like it could be, going for a walk, being able to meal prep, being able to get your reading in, creating your routine. Like it doesn't have to be super big. Leverage those small wins to be able to get you to those big wins. And of course, invest in coaching. All of the great people that they have a coach. And so in order to be able to be like the greats, you need to do, follow the blueprint and invest in coaching.
Love it. Your next win is around the corner. Get you a coach. Yes. Boom. Very, very practical, y'all.
All right. Shout out to Dr. Camille, who just purchased the game.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yo, Dr. C. That was one of my first clients when I was doing the assessment back in 2019, 2020. So yeah, shout out to Dr. C. Appreciate you, sis.
Shout out. And sorry I messed up your name earlier.
He said De Camille. I was like, what are you reading?
I didn't know it was it looked like an E from back here.
Better put some respect on the doctor.
The glasses are new. I apologize, Dr. C. The glasses are new. But we appreciate y'all for tapping into episode 127 of the Melanated Making Show. Make sure you share this show with a friend and like and subscribe on YouTube. I'm your host, Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd.
Make sure y'all secure yourself. Make sure y'all secure the love. And of course, make sure you secure the bag. Peace. Thank you for supporting the M4 show and our mission to increase the wealth of Black families.
If you received any value from this episode, any value at all, any, do us a favor and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, anything, all of them, all of them. Wherever you're listening, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And after you like and subscribe, make sure you send this episode to at least one family that you really want to see win. We'll catch y'all next time.